name is Mallory Wise. For my second career profile, I chose the job title of being a public school counselor. Um, I worked a lot with school counselors my senior year, especially with trying to figure out colleges and scholarships and stuff like that. So this was just kind of interesting for me. So an example organization that I would work with would be my school district back from home. So I would work at Valley View High School. Their website is www.valleyview.org. Um, and then the address is 1407 East Homedale Road in Caldwell, Idaho. So my career contact would probably be the person that I worked closest with my senior year. Her name was Austin Chenoweth. She helped me with scholarships and with figuring out where I wanted to go to college, to apply for colleges. So she was a big inspiration for me. So a lot of this information came from her and the school's website for the career counseling. Um, so the working environment is super laid back. It's really family friendly. It's a pretty small school compared to a lot of different places. Um, the typical hours that you work, every teacher, no matter what you're teaching, has to be there at 7 a.m. and is there till usually around 4 or later. And so for this position, especially, the hours are a little more flexible because with example for Miss Chenoweth, she wasn't there a lot of the time. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of the time, but she could get work off easier than typical teachers because she just had different job requirements than other teachers. She didn't have necessarily a class, so kids would just come in and talk with her about careers and stuff like that whenever they could. So she had a little bit more flexibility than normal teachers. Um, so very, very family friendly. There's just like an awesome sense of unity within, especially her counseling area. So everyone is really inclusive and super nice to each other. Some typical stressors are that with her job, she would organize different nights for kids to work on FAFSA or to get together and talk about different careers and stuff. And it was really hard trying to get a lot of people there, so organizing was really really difficult. Um, and then also dealing with just different kids in general, trying to motivate them, trying to help them can be really difficult too. So typical benefits. So as any school district, they have basically all your typical benefits of health, retirement, dental benefits, stuff like that. So they aren't exactly like the greatest benefits in the school district, but there still is help from the district. So common job tasks would be basically talking with kids about their life and about what they can expect for their future. So you kind of talk about their background and their situation, and you're able to help them figure out where they can go in life. So anyway, so she helped a lot of seniors, like I said before, figure out scholarships and colleges and jobs. So it's awesome for her to be able to encourage kids, no matter what their background was, to get an education. And I loved how she did that with everyone. Educational requirements. So she had a bachelor's degree from a university in Wisconsin. Um, and so she had a bachelor's degree in advising, like counseling advising. So that was okay for that job. But for example, there's her superior above her who kind of helped her out um, with working with the kids. She has a master's degree in counseling and in career. Uh, I don't know the word I'm thinking of. Anyway, so she has a master's degree. So if you want to be kind of more in charge than a master's degree, so I mean, really, it's just kind of recommended that you should get a higher education than a bachelor's degree. But for Miss Chenoweth, she had a bachelor's degree and it was fine. So starting salary, the labor department requires um, $53,370 for the minimum amount. Um, but as you get experience and maybe even get higher education, it can go up anywhere between like 60,000 to 70,000, depending on your school district, depending on the need of counselors and other situations. So miscellaneous career information. It is kind of a challenging career because you don't get paid that much and you do a lot of work. You put in a whole lot of time to help kids out with problems and go the extra mile to inspire kids. So it is a pretty hard job, but I think also very rewarding, especially with the different information that we learned in this major about how to handle other people's situations in their families and being able to help them come out of those bad situations. So my information source was from just like personal experience talking with Miss Chenoweth and with other counselors at my school. I was really close to them my senior year. So I talked with them about their counseling and stuff like that. But then also from valleyview.org, they have a whole page about our career counselors and kind of their whole area of expertise. So there you go.